Digital World Acquisition Corp, DWAC. Okay, let's take a look at this. Seems to be hot right now, a hot topic. So we'll break down the technicals for this. So it was above this moving average, but now has recently broke below it. This massive bearish candle right here on the daily, and today it's opened bullish, but is pulling back. There was a gap here that price is officially filled now. So this little gap here. So it may have found an area of support. We don't know that yet, but as of right now, I would say I would only short this. I mean, yes, it did have some recent bullish structure form. Oh, perfect, my alert. But you know, you can see from here to here, that's lower highs. You got lower highs, lower lows between, you know, like from here, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is some bearish structure, and based on previous structure here, you know, all of this, I would say pretty bearish. So I would be looking for a short position on this, no buys, and I'd be looking for an area of significant support and resistance somewhere right in here actually. So you can see price, and then look for a whole number. So right around $16, it looks like, was pretty significant for this stock. So we'll put this in here, and then and then we're gonna look for, you know, what happens when price hits this. So like if this is indeed bullish, let's say it is above this 4-hour moving average, it's literally touching as right now. So if you wanted to play devil's advocate and say, well, this is bullish, it's a buy, okay, well, we'll buy it after it hits $16, because if it doesn't break above 16, this is definitely not bullish. And you can see all these other, I mean, you can see this was an area of liquidity above, you know, $21, sold off, and then you had this area here. So, you know, you could see price, when price was up here, it came down, and it could have found support here, but it didn't. You know, finally it did. You know, after it broke this area, it came back up above $16, then found support. You know, had a chance to, like, let's say, you know, head back up to 21. No, it got completely stuck at 1750 here. So my take on this is that price is going to come back up to $16, if that. What it might actually do is create a lower liquidity zone right here. Very, very common for price to do this. So it might create a lower liquidity zone right below this main one, which once was 16 bucks, might be like 15.50 now is the high, but we'll just keep that in mind for now. We'll shoot for 16, and then I'd be looking to short this even lower. You can see that they might be hitting some support right now, so you might get a bounce off this area right off $14. I'll actually mark that in as well. So you do have this $14 mark that price may respect, but I would definitely not buy it. I think it's just a bad habit to have, to counter trend trade this based on, you know, this previous structure. This structure tells me that this is very bearish, so I'd be looking to sell it. But I do think you might get some bounce right here. Price has filled this gap, so this might pop back up to $16, maybe $15.50, somewhere in this area here. And then I'd be looking for a short position once that happens, something like this. And then I would literally just target the bottom of this zone again. What I would do is, to really get a good risk to reward, is I'd wait for price to come up to this area, reject, kind of pull down a little bit, maybe retest it again, and then look for a short position based on structure change on the lower time frames. So, and what I mean by that is, like, right now you can see it's super bearish structure all the way down. There's no pull-ups, there's no higher highs, higher lows at all. It's just straight lower lows. And so we need that to change now once it hits this zone, which it's currently in. So we'll see if this changes here and starts heading higher and creating higher highs, higher lows all the way up to this zone, and then you want it to switch again. And by then, let's see these other moving averages. The moving average is kind of all over the place, so I think price will break above this one. I think this moving average, this 1 hour moving average, is going to come down to probably here, and then price is going to break above it. And then you would literally just wait for price to break below this moving average once again, probably over here somewhere, and then look for lower lows, lower highs, look for this structure to really form, something like this, you know, on the lower time frame. So that might be a while, but we have time. That's patience in the markets does really well. It patience pays dividends, literally. So yeah, just wait it out. Wait for price to hit this area again, and you can see it's somewhat rejecting already today in this 4-hour candle. We'll see how today plays out, but I would look for price to come back up to this area before shorting it, and then once price comes back up, let's say it comes up to here, you know, around like 1580, and then dips back out and then retests, you know, 1560 again, then you can drop your stop to right here before you enter, and then you're entering, you know, and you're making 9-10 risk to reward, right? Like that's, you know, almost a double-digit risk to reward is phenomenal, and you can get those by just waiting it out. And so yeah, it's going to take some more time. This might be a next month play, but I mean, it's definitely worth waiting for, I think. So here's the end of the month here, so let price just come back up to here and then look for that short position. And I mean, if price breaks below this area, below 13, I'd say yeah, like 1360, maybe 1350 just to be safe, then yeah, it's probably heading for all-time lows here at around 1250 ish, give or take. So I'm actually going to put that price in as well, so I have an idea. 1250. Yeah, so those are our possible moves. So either you wait for price to come back up here to 1560-ish, reject, and this whole $16 area between 15.50 and 16 bucks, kind of just see how that plays out, and then you look for your short entry up there, or if price breaks below $14 here, well, below 13.50, I guess, this entire zone here, this liquidity zone here, it's got to break below, then you look for a short position, you know, something like that, right down to 12.50, and you know, you keep your stop above this previous area here, something like this. You know, you might get a 5 or 6 R on this, so just depends on what price wants to do, but as of right now, I'd be waiting for it to come back up to about 15.50 and look for the short entry at that price in this area. So that is DWAC. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll be sure to follow up if it's something you're interested in.